It's time again for the Science Bowl.
Zoo parade for 5. What big teeth the hippo has are actually a pair of these. Science potpourri for 10. Would a snake most likely eat every day? Every week, Dateline Science for 10. Why are some elephants wearing necklaces these days? Green things for 15.
And now, here's your host, Mr. Z himself, Dave Zarin.
Thank you and welcome to the Science Bowl, the science quiz program here in the Prince George's County Public Schools. This is our 34th year testing scientific literacy and science IQs. Play along and test your own today. Let's meet today's teams. 2 outstanding elementary schools. First, from Montpelier Elementary, would you please welcome to our program Layla Ogletree, Noah Tabor, and Eden Quende. And from Mount Rainier Elementary, would you please welcome Libna Castillo, Christian Romero, and Haiti Lopez. And now here are the categories of questions we use on the Science Bowl.
Okay, Mr. Z, here's today's categories. Green things, questions about plants and all things green and growing. Zoo parade, a Noah's Ark of questions about animals. Body systems, we'll see how much you know about yourself, about things like breathing and growing and digesting your food. Let's get physical. Questions that test your knowledge of physics and chemistry, earth science and space science. Then there's science potpourri. Here's a grab bag of science questions, everything from air pollution to the kitchen sink. And finally, Dateline Science. We'll ask you about science history and science in the news.
And here on the Science Bowl, we arrange our game board according to question difficulty. Easier questions on the left worth 5 and 10 points. Tougher ones, 15, 20, ultimately 25, the toughest of them all. Both of our teams start out at 50 points apiece. No penalties ever for incorrect answers. End of the 2 rounds today, one of these 2 talented, good-looking teams will come back to play our game again and maybe advance to the semifinals. Let's go over and make sure everything works properly before we start. Noah, would you try your buzzer for me? Thank you. It looks and sounds good. Good luck to you, to Eden, and to Layla. And how about that green team buzzer, Christian? Give it a push. All right. It, too, seems A-OK. Good luck to you, to Haiti, and to Libna. Are we ready to do this? Yes. Let's do it. Let's have a great game. We're proud of all of you already because you're here representing your schools. We go alphabetically. M before M-O-N, before M-O-U. So Montpelier by a letter. You get to start, Noah. Go. Right. Give me a category and a number.
Let's get physical for 25.
Let's get physical for 25. He's going to the toughest question to start us out. Let's see how much you know about the layers of the atmosphere. We live in the lowest layer called the troposphere. The International Space Station is up in the exosphere. The S-initialed layer in between is where planes fly. What layer of the atmosphere is that? S-initialed. That's the stratosphere. The stratosphere. Try again, Noah. Let's find some questions here. Go.
Green things for 25.
Okay, we're going to do that. All right, let's go to the monitor, please. This is a visual question. Look at the monitor if you would. This is the famous Jefferson Memorial downtown. The past few years it's been looking kind of dirty because growing on the roof, as you can see there, is like a black slime. What L-initialed organism is that? It's a mix of a fungus and an algae together. That's what's growing on top of that Jefferson Memorial. An L-initialed organism that is a mix of an algae and a fungus. That's called a lichen, L-I-C-H-E-N. Try again, red. Let's get some questions where we have some points available here. Go.
Body systems for 15.
Body systems for 15 points, a multiple choice question. Teams, if you're trying to talk and eat at the same time, it's not a good idea. You can choke very easily. You won't choke if you remember to close your scapula, your uvula, or your epiglottis. What's that flap of skin at the top of your windpipe that keeps the food from going into your lungs? Is it the scapula, is it the uvula, or the epiglottis? Okay, Noah.
Epiglottis.
You got it. It is the epiglottis. Good answer. Go, red. Okay, let's go.
Zoo parade for 5.
Zoo parade for?
5.
5 points. Teams, if you translate this prickly animal's name, it means thorn pig. What animal is a thorn pig, Mount Rainier?
Porcupine.
Yeah, porcupine. You got that right. Like hedgehogs, you know? They're like walking pin cushions. Yeah. Okay, green. Go. Good answer. Kristen, that's your job. You pick it out.
Let's get physical for 20.
Let's get physical for 20 points. All right, teams. If you drive out to western Maryland on Interstate 68, you get to a place called Sidling Hill. There's a big gash where they had to cut through the mountain to build the road. That gash shows you millions of years of what kind of G-initialed history. What kind of G-initialed history would you see, like in the Grand Canyon and out there, that shows you millions of years of rock development? Yes?
Geosphere.
Say it.
Geosphere.
Geosphere. Not good try. Not geosphere. All right. G-initialed. What kind of G-initialed history? And I hope you took that time while he was answering to talk among yourselves so you have an alternative for me. Christian, do you have any idea?
No.
Geology. Geology. Geological history. Try again, green. Christian, go. Christian, you pick.
Science potpourri for 15.
Potpourri for 15 points. Teams, there are words that are spelled differently but sound the same. They're called homonyms. What word could be a raspy voice or an animal that you ride? Same word, different spelling, same pronunciation. Christian? Haiti, what do you think?
Pastelibna.
Pastelibna.
I don't think Liebna knew she was going to get passed to. All right. Montpelier, can you give me the word? They're spelled differently, but they sound the same. It's kind of a scratchy voice, and also an animal you can ride.
Horse.
A horse, yeah. H-O-A-R-S-E and H-O-R-S-E. Okay, thank you, ladies, for helping out your captain there. Okay, Noah, go. You got a lead here, 80 to 55.
Green things for 15.
Green things for 15? Your question is as follows. If you're eating this popular vegetable, watch me, listen to me. If you're eating this popular vegetable, if the kernels are white, they are not as nutritious as if they are yellow. Name the vegetable. Come on, Rainier.
Corn.
Corn, sure, good, go. Green, that's one of the easy ones.
Body systems for 20.
Body systems for 20 points. Teams, there's a part of your body, a membrane called the meninges. It covers your brain. And what part of the nervous system that's attached to your brain? It's the part of the nervous system that's attached to your brain, also protected with membranes. Noah?
Your nerves.
Not quite. Judges? Yes, the judges are going to give you credit for that because nerves also have coverings on them. The spinal cord is what we were also looking for, but we will give you credit for nerves. Yes, sir. Good. Go.
Let's get physical for 5.
Let's get physical for 5 points. All right. Teams, because it comes from the same root word as chlorophyll, chlorine in swimming pool water will turn your hair what color? Noah.
Green.
Green. That's right. You come out with green hair. Yeah. All right. Buzzer says we've come to the end of the first round. Montpelier's got a nice lead there. 105 points. Mount Rainier not far behind at 70. We'll be back with round 2. Just a moment. Don't you go away. And welcome back to Science Ball. Thank you for spending part of your day with us here. We've got 6 young people here, still a little nervous, and you would be too. This is the first time they've ever done this, and they're acquitting themselves very nicely. And before we ask any more science questions, let's find out a little bit about them and their school. So let's go first to Montpelier Elementary. You're up there in Laurel, Noah, and your school has been much in the news recently because, you've done, I read something about you put marks on your windows so birds don't fly into the windows. That was a wonderful thing, something great for the environment. Tell me who your principal is.
Our principal is Miss Furlow.
Miss Furlow, the wonderful Carla Furlow. Absolutely, she's been up there for many years, and I know she's so much behind you guys here today. And who is your sponsor, your coach?
Mr. Pateri.
Mr. Pateri, that's right. And Mr. Pateri, when I was there on the first day of school, I noticed the beautiful bulletin board he did with the periodic table with symbols that talked about emotions instead of chemicals. It was really nicely done. Did you have any alternates on your team, Noah?
Yes.
Who's that?
Dorian.
Dorian. We'll bring out Dorian and Mr. Pateri in just a few moments here. Noah, tell us something about Montpelier that you think we should all know. What makes you proudest of your school?
I'm proud of Montpelier because the teachers emphasize group projects so greatly, and it's so fun to do group projects at the school.
Yeah, kind of like this. This is a group project, right? 2 and 3 heads better than one, and yeah, that's the way the world works. You don't work by yourself. It's always in collaboration with other people. So you're in the right place. Noah, tell me about yourself. What do you do in your spare time?
What I do in my spare time, I just play flag football and I read on the computer.
That's wonderful. You sound like a normal guy to me. And you want to be a PE teacher someday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd be a good one. Eden, you write stories, don't you?
Yep.
Yeah, what kind of stories do you write?
Like drama stories and like chapter books.
Chapter books, yeah. Do you like to read as well? I bet you do. Yeah, something tells me you could follow in the footsteps of some of your favorite authors. Make sure you investigate Write a Book here, the contest in the school system, because something tells me you do really well. What do you do in your spare time if you're not writing?
I'm either reading, dancing, singing, or helping my mom cook.
You're doing a lot of things there. Mom's lucky to have you there to help, to be a helper. And someday, do you want to be an author or do you want to do something else?
I want to be a doctor when I grow up.
Yeah. Doesn't mean you can't write about being a doctor. I mean, you can do more than one thing. You can multitask. I know you can. Good luck to you in the second half. Layla, nice to have you here. You told me you were on television once before.
Yes.
And you were interviewed at Montpelier, is that right?
Yes.
What did you tell people?
I told them about myself and about the school.
Yeah. What'd you say about the school?
I told them about how we have lots of fitness programs and how healthy the foods are there.
That's right. And not every school can make that boast. Tell me about yourself. What do you see yourself doing someday?
I want to be an obstetrician when I grow up.
Obstetrician. Yeah, why that?
Because I have a lot of siblings and I like handling little babies and stuff like that. I like babysitting my other cousins and stuff.
Yeah, you're going to be good at that. You have a nice empathy, a nice manner about you. Nice having you here. Mount Rainier, nice to have you guys here too. You're all wearing matching shirts, as the Montpelier team is, and yours says Science Bowl on there. You guys have been practicing a long time. Is that right, Christian?
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is just one small sampling of the team at Mount Rainier. How many alternates do you have?
About
I
6.
think I counted 4 or 5 before. We'll bring them out in just a few moments here. Tell me who your principal is, Christian.
My principal is Miss Till, and we have an assistant principal, Mr. Rife.
Wonderful. And the assistant principal is here. Mr. Wright will be out in just a few moments here. And your coach is Miss Wall, right?
Yes.
Allison Wall, and she has really worked hard to get you guys ready to do this, and we appreciate all that she does and that Michael Putiri has done as well. Tell me something about Mount Rainier that you really like. You couldn't wait to share it with us, Christian.
We have, at the end of the year, a peace parade.
Yeah. You're well known for that.
Yes.
For many, many years. That's a tradition at Mount Rainier. And I remember being at Mount Rainier once, and there was a number of days posted there, number of days since the last time something bad happened at the school. Do you still have things like that?
Yes.
Yeah, that's wonderful. It's a great tradition there. What do you want to do someday, Christian?
I want to be an engineer or an architect.
Yeah. I bet you're a good math student, too. Yeah, good math student and good science student. Haiti, nice to have you here today. They're all holding that buzzer over there. They're ready to go. Haiti, tell me about yourself. What do you want to do someday?
I would like to be a pediatrician.
Pediatrician, yeah. But you don't have younger brothers and sisters, correct?
No.
No. Why a pediatrician?
Because I would like to help kids.
Absolutely. That's the best reason to do that, yeah. Why'd you want to be on Science Bowl?
Science really interests me, and I saw my friend do it last year.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that you saw the program and thought I wanted to be part of that. We're happy that you're here. And Liebna, how about you? Why'd you want to be here?
I wanted to be here because I got a lot of good grades in science, and it interests me the most.
Well, you've proven yourself a good student there and here. You're doing a nice job here today. What do you want to do someday with your life?
Be a lawyer.
A lawyer, yeah. I asked her earlier if she likes to argue, and she said yes. And I said, do you win your arguments? She said, yes, I do. So that's a good aspiration for you. All right, let's get back into the game. Montpelier 105, Mount Rainier 70. Last correct answer came to the red team. So Noah, lots of points to give away. Where to?
All right, body systems for 5.
Body system for? 5 points. Teams, if you are a baseball pitcher and you are a southpaw, it means that you pitch what way? Mount Rainier.
South.
Sorry?
South.
Well, I need more than that. Nope, Montpelier, if you're a southpaw and you're a pitcher, that means you pitch what way?
Right.
Left-handed. Left-handed. Southpaws are left-handers. Go again, red. Go ahead.
Zoo parade for 10.
Zoo parade for 10 points. Teams' football coaches will often tell their quarterbacks to aim for this green patch by throwing passes toward the sidelines. What's that green patch made of? Yeah.
Grass.
Grass, yeah. Or artificial turf. Yeah. Go again, green. Flip the switch for me, please, judges. Go ahead, Christian.
Body systems for 25.
Body assistance for 25. Big one in that category. All right, teams. If you drink dirty water, bad move. If you eat 2-week-old chicken you found at the back of the refrigerator, bad move. Likely you're going to be suffering from diarrhea. I'll give you 25 points if you can spell diarrhea. All right, Montpelier says, we've got diarrhea. I mean, we want to spell diarrhea. Noah, who's going to be your speller?
D.
Are you going to spell it? Are you going to spell it?
No, Layla.
Okay, Layla. All right, say the word for me, honey.
Diarrhea.
One more time.
Diarrhea.
Yep, go ahead.
D-I-H-E-R-R-A.
Ooh, that's a good try. That's a good try. Mount Rainier, you can get yourself 25 points if one of you can correctly spell diarrhea. Who's going to be my speller?
Me.
All right, nice and loud so I can hear what you're saying, Christian, okay? Say the word for me.
Diarrhea.
All right, go ahead.
D-I-R-R-H-E-A.
Oh, so close. You left out the A. D-I-A-R-R-H-E-A. Good try, both teams. No points, sorry. Go green.
Science potpourri for 20.
Potpourri for 20 points. All right, teams. A lot of us eat cookies and candy and potato chips and cereal. Those are not natural foods. They are what kind of P-initialed foods because something had to be done to them before we can eat them. Not Rainier.
Processed.
Processed foods. That's it. Good. Go green.
Science potpourri for 25.
Potpourri for 25 points. Teams, if you are in an experiment and they are testing a new drug, and some people in the group get the actual drug, and the other people get a fake drug that they don't know about, that fake drug is known by what P initial term? In your science fair preparations, you might have seen that word before. It's called a placebo. A placebo. Go again, green.
Daylight science for 15.
Dateline science for 15 points. Teams, there's a man in England by the name of Alan Turing. His picture is now on the money over there. During World War II, he was a famous cryptologist, and he was able to break the Nazis' what in World War II? Noah.
Pass to Layla.
Record.
Again?
Record.
Record. Not quite, not quite. The cryptologist, this man, he was able to break the Nazis' what during World War II?
Barrier.
Code. He was a code breaker, cryptology. Go again, green. Go ahead.
Green things for 5.
Green things for 5 points. All right, teams. Without these large perennial plants with a single woody stem, we would have no lumber in this world. What do you need, Noah?
Trees.
Trees. That's right, you need trees. Go red.
Green things for 20.
Green things, 20 points. Teams, the oldest trees in the eastern United States are bald cypress trees. But they cut them down and they turn them into this M-initialed stuff that you spread on the ground underneath your garden to keep the weeds from growing. What's it called? Yeah.
Molding.
Say it.
Molding.
No. Layla, tell me what you're saying.
Mulch.
Mulch is correct. Yes, ma'am. Good. All right. And if you can't hear, you can always defer to her to let her give that answer, okay? All right. You've got 130, 100 for Mount Rainier. Noah, you still have the advantage. Where, young man? Let's go.
Let's get physical for 15.
Let's get 15 points, and let's get physical. Teams, the second most abundant element in the universe is this gas, which they use to fill balloons with because it's safer than hydrogen.
Helium.
Christian?
Helium.
Helium's right, yes, okay. Your turn, Green.
Daylight science for 10.
Dateline science for?
10.
10. Teams, New York Jets quarterback Sam Darnold recently returned to play after suffering from mononucleosis, so-called kissing disease, which is spread by what liquid in your mouth?
Saliva.
Noah?
Saliva.
Saliva. That's it. Good. Go red. Come on, guys. You
Daylight
should have
sci-
jumped on that one. Should have jumped on that one. Go red.
Daylight science for 5.
Dateline for 5 points. Teams, this month, named for Julius Caesar, recently went into the record books as the hottest month ever recorded in history.
July.
Montpelier.
July.
You got it. Good. Red.
Let's get physical for 10.
Let's get physical for
10.
10. All right. Teams, a spacecraft in space does not have to worry about thrust or drag, not because there's no gravity in space, but because there's no what in space?
Oxygen.
We will give that to you. No air. Absolutely right. Yes. So there's no resistance because there's no air. Good. Turn off the green, and we'll let Noah pick another question.
Green things for 10.
Green things for 10 points. Green things for 10, I believe, should have been asked already. I think that was the question about the quarterbacks.
They asked for Zuparade, you gave them green things. So Zuparade for 10 is still available.
Zuparade for 10 is available. Okay. What would you like?
Zuparade for 15.
Okay, Zuparade for 15 points. Teams, as you might expect, the animal with the highest blood pressure is this animal because its heart is 7 feet from its head. All right, Christian.
Giraffe.
Giraffe. Yeah, that's it. Sure. Thank you, Green. Go. Go ahead.
Zuparade for 20.
Zuparade for 20 points. Teams, a chigger is to a mite what a caterpillar is to a butterfly, meaning both the chigger and the caterpillar are what stage in metamorphosis? The butterfly is the what? Yeah.
Pass the Layla.
The butterfly is the adult, and then the caterpillar would be the child.
Ooh, not quite. You tried so hard there. Mount Rainier.
The butterfly would be the adult, and the caterpillar would be the larva.
The larva. That's right. That's what I wanted to hear. Good comeback. Okay, Green. Go ahead.
Science potpourri for 10.
Science potpourri for 10 points. Check that score. 155 Montpelier, 150 Mount Rainier. The question, science potpourri for 10 points. Teams, a human-like android is a kind of what? Mount Rainier.
Robot.
Robot, yeah. Go Green. Go.
Body system for 10.
Again?
Body systems for 10.
Body systems for 10 points. Teams, the artist Vincent van Gogh, let me take that back. William Shatner, an actor associated with Star Wars, currently suffers from tinnitus, which means he has a ringing in his what? Mount Rainier?
Ear.
His ear, that's right. Good. Go Green. Go ahead.
Daylight science for 20.
Dateline for 20 points. All right, teams, your question is as follows. There's a new book out called Breakfast with Einstein. Einstein is long since dead, but he said you could understand the quantum nature of light by looking at the heating element inside this appliance that you use at breakfast. Yes? Christian? Which you want to tell me?
Glass.
Not glass. Montpelier, you can learn a lot about the quantum nature of light by looking at the heating element in this kitchen appliance that you use at breakfast, usually with bread and bagels.
Pass to Layla.
Toaster.
Toaster, that's it. Go Red.
Zuparade for 25.
Zuparade for 25 points. Teams, an oyster or a clam, but not a crab, belongs to this M-initialed group of animals. Noah.
Macrovertebrates.
Say it.
Mammals.
Not mammals, no. Good try. An oyster or a clam, but not a crab, belongs to this M-initialed group of animals?
Marine.
Mollusks. Mollusks was the right answer. Oh, and the buzzer says we have come to the end of this game, and it looks like by a whisker, Montpelier has done it. We'll be back with the wrap-up in just a moment. Don't go away. Welcome back. We hope you enjoyed this game at home as much as we did here in the studio. We had 6 very nervous young people here today, but they did beautifully, and you can see by the score how tight that game was at the end. It started a little slow, but it heated up as we went along. That final tally is Mount Rainier 170, Montpelier 175. Congratulations, Layla, Noah, and Eden. Dorian, congratulations, Mr. Putieri. We will see you in the next round. And Mount Rainier, Liebna, and Christian, and Haiti, you did a super job. Nice round of applause for the Mount Rainier team. Mr. Reif is here, the assistant principal, the wonderful Miss Wall over there, who helped design those beautiful shirts. And look at all the alternates they brought there. They've got almost 2 shadow teams. Wave as I call your name. Jennifer, Samantha, Zaina, Ariel, Noah, and Hawk. They are all here. We thank you for being here as well, and we hope to see you next time on another edition of Science Bowl. Till then, I'm Dave Zarin. Bye-bye.